In this video, I'm going to talk about how to launch and grow your digital business so that you can monetize independently as a creator. Before we dive into it, I want to talk about why you should launch a digital product and not a physical product if you have a large following. The benefits of a digital product are huge. The margins you get per sale compared to a physical product are significantly greater with the digital product. This is because with physical products, usually there's a cost associated with the product. So say I wanted to sell this hat. This hat would probably cost me $10 or $5 to buy. Then it cost me another $2 or $3 to put my logo on it. And then if I sold it for $25, if my total costs were $10, I'm only making $15. But then I have to ship it to the customer. With shipping comes customer support hassles. And there's a whole plethora of things that come with physical products that you don't want to have to deal with. Co-packing, manufacturing, shipping from China. I can go on. So with digital products, all you have to worry about is making the product once, so upfront work, and then you can sell it to anyone all over the world and you get 100% of the margins aside from little things like payment processing, which is usually 2.9%, a platform fee, which you host it on, and then if you spend any money on marketing, but ideally you'll build your email list or you'll use your social following and you won't have to spend money on Facebook ads or anything like that. So you're looking at like an 80+% margin on a digital product versus physical products where like maybe if you're on your luckiest day ever, you'll get a 50% margin and you still have to deal with a lot of headache with the physical product that you don't have to deal with the digital product. So there's a lot more work required to get that physical product up. Once you start selling through them, you have to order more inventory, you have to slap more labels on it, and it doesn't end, right? Trust me, I've been in the CPG space. I've worked for a brand that sold supplements, and I know that it is a headache and I will never get into that industry again. I've also seen firsthand the power of digital products. I've worked with creators who have clicked send on an email on a digital product they've made and made 15 to 20 grand in email and made 400 grand in a quarter just off an offering they had with a digital product. My fiance is actually an influencer and her digital product has already made her $5,000 in just 2 weeks of having it live, and she's not that huge of a creator yet. So this just goes to show you the power of having a digital based business. Aside from that, you'll add a huge income stream to your brand. So relying on brand deals, I just made a video about this, but it's really not a great idea if you're a creator. One, there's a big recession coming up and brands are gonna get smarter, so they're gonna prioritize affiliate links rather than paying influencers down payment. So this is not great news for influencers unless you know how to put the systems in place to earn more affiliate revenue. And luckily for you, those systems like email marketing, long form content, etc., those are the same systems you need to sell a lot of digital products. And so while brand deals are great, they should only be about 30% of your income. And if they're more than 30% of your income and you've built a strong following, that's actually good news because that means you have a lot of revenue to add just by launching your own digital product. You also don't have to depend on other platforms for your income. When you use a platform like Grouped, the software I owned, you own it in entirety. So if Instagram pulls back an algorithm, if you get deplatformed, or if you lose your followers, or if anything happens on these platforms that are so unpredictable, you won't be affected on Group. And the last reason is it's really just a great way for you to give tons of value to your audience and monetize your passion. I always say what we're doing with Group, we're helping creators, influencers, and artists turn their passion into profit that is independent. No more big middlemen that are taking 50%, no more platforms that you don't own. This is yours and it's your time to monetize what's in between your head, and you already have a great offer that's in your head. You just need to start selling it. And that leads us into how you can create a digital product. And the first step is to create the product. So you likely have this product already between your ears, in your head already. It's probably something to do with the content you already put out, and now you just need to put it in product form. So some great examples are online courses, 8-week guides, 10-week fitness programs, offering them music that you're leaking before you drop it. Whatever your niche is and whatever your space is, you can find a way to monetize. Now, the big thing you want to do when you're creating your product is you want to think through a couple things. Do you have any upsells? So you don't want to package all your best stuff in one offer because that might leave some revenue on the table. ideally it's best to have 3 separate offers and something called a value ladder, which means you have a smaller offer that kind of gets people in the door, you have a middle offer that they can upgrade to, or they kind of see your first offer and they're like, I want more, so they go straight to the middle offer. And then you have a third tier, which same thing, they could see that first and buy it, but you also want to set that up where you can work people up to it, and that's where you'll give people all your best stuff. So this step is really when you want to strategize and build the skeleton about what you're going to package and give your followers in exchange for income. And I will give you a bonus tip here. Don't be afraid to charge your followers. I talk to so many creators who literally will say, oh, this is a great idea and I really need to do this, but I'm scared to charge my followers. And that drives me crazy, because if you're providing someone a service, you need to get paid for it. You wouldn't go to a restaurant and expect to not pay, right? It's the same thing with you. If you're turning your value into a service and you're giving people something that's gonna change their life, which a lot of you creators are doing, you're literally changing the lives of your followers, right? Put that in your head too, because you guys, a lot of you, when I talk to you, you don't even realize the power you have. You are influencing people, and I hope you're doing it in a good way, and most creators are, but you are literally turning the lives of a lot of these people around, and they look to you for inspiration. So if you have that extra value you could charge for, like maybe weight loss or a health coach, you should absolutely charge for it. Step number 2 is defining your target audience. This is super easy. Your target audience is probably the people who follow you, right? The niche you create content in. So pretend you're a fitness coach. Your audience might be women over 40 who are trying to lose weight. But what I really challenge you to do when you define your target audience is to think through, okay, who's actually buying my product? And to paint an exact picture of that customer. It's called a customer avatar. So here's an example. Nicole is gonna buy my fitness program. Nicole is a 55-year-old mother of 3 who really needs to get back in shape after having kids, and maybe the age 55 was a stretch there. But you get the point. You really wanna understand who your buyers are so that when you create your sales messages, you're talking to a specific person. Number 3, super important, validate your idea before you launch it. Run a poll on your Instagram story, ask people if they're interested, ask people to ask questions, ask them what they're looking for in the product so that you know what to make. A lot of people rush and they'll just throw something up and they'll realize that they don't have demand for it like they thought they did. Now, usually you'll know what to make because people are probably in your DMs asking you for it anyway, but it's really important that before you launch, you have a pre-launch sequence that just validates your idea. It's the same thing with any business model, right? You don't want to put any upfront investment into something until you know that people are going to buy it. Number 4, you want to establish your membership model. So now that you have your product down, your target customer down, and you validated your idea, you really want to start to think about how you're going to charge them. Are you going to charge them monthly subscription revenue? Are you going to tell them to pay you once and then they're done? Are you going to have a quarterly payment? Or are you going to have a couple different tiers? Maybe you have a monthly option and then a yearly option where they get a bit of a discount, and then all access option where they pay you once, maybe a big amount, and then they get access for life and they don't have to pay you again. There are tons of ways to get creative with your pricing options, but in this step, you really want to get clarity on it. And don't just guess, right? Reverse engineer it. So say you want to make $100,000. You should reverse engineer it to where you know, okay, that means I need a $50 product and I need to make 2,000 sales. So just play with those numbers and really be realistic with what you think you can do and match it to hit your goal. And then add the upsells, right? So if you can upsell maybe one-on-one coaching and you can add that for a premium price of, I don't know, $1,000, you should do that. And then do the math. Okay, well, if 1% of people buy this, that means I make this much money. And you get the point. So you really want to get strategic with this and try to project, and that'll help you set the right membership model for your business. Number 5 is choosing your hosting platform. Now, you know I'm biased and you know I'm going to tell you use Groups because I built the software, but to be honest, I built this software strictly for my fiance because there wasn't a good platform on the market for creators, coaches, and artists to launch their membership-based business, to launch their digital products on. And so I was like, you're right, Claire, like there's not, why don't we custom build it for you and we'll use it? So we got to building it for Claire, and then we realized, holy smokes, this will change the game for any creator who wants to monetize their digital products because all the other options just aren't good. So why don't we give other creators access to it? And that's what we're doing now. We're in a phase where we're offering access to group to select creators so that they can launch their digital products and membership businesses on the same platform. I encourage you to go shopping around for other platforms. Maybe some more established platforms will seem sexier to you, but honestly, once you get to digging, you'll realize it's pretty much a no-brainer. And you can click the link in our description to book a call with us. We can chat more. You can ask me your questions. I can share more about the platform and we can go from there. So number 6 is building a marketing strategy for your launch. And I'm about to give you some serious nuggets on this marketing strategy that will ensure your launch is successful. So you're gonna start by creating a pre-launch strategy. And in this phase, what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your followers into email subscribers and you're gonna build a strong pre-launch email list. We have tons of data that will prove that selling via email is far stronger than selling via social media. So while social media will be a big part of your sales strategy, ideally, we're gonna encourage you to build a list so that you can market your digital product to. Step number 2 is going to be doing what you guys are best at, and that's using social media, right? Building hype through the social platforms, using your stories, teasing people on what's coming, asking them to ask you questions. When they ask you questions, it's going to build more hype because you're going to answer them on your stories. More people are going to see it. They're going to pique curiosity. And a side effect of this is you can actually save all their questions as an FAQ and put it on your sales page because usually people have the same questions. So doing like a little poll where you tell people to ask you questions is great because it shows other people that a lot of people are interested, which creates social proof, which will create urgency and make people want to buy. So there's a whole lot of reasons why that's a great strategy. And then I always encourage people to do some sort of price increase. So when you launch, tell people that you're launching it at a lower price. And if they join now, they're grandfathered in, and in 7 days, you'll be increasing the price. So I know it may sound like a lot, the marketing step, and I've been on this step forever. And to be honest, it is a lot. To optimize your launch and make the most money possible, it takes a pretty seasoned team in e-commerce, which is another reason why I encourage you to book a call with me, because at Grouped, we're not just a platform. We can actually consult you and guide you on that, and we can do it for you. So again, if you're interested in just learning more about that, be sure to book a call in the link below. Step number 7 of creating an online course, since I feel like this turned into a marketing video. Step number 7 is going to be creating the actual content that's in the course. So remember, step 6 is just kind of building your marketing strategy and putting the systems in place. So if you have to build like an email pop-up to turn your followers into emails, you're just building the systems that are going to do that. And you kind of start doing that, but you don't actually launch your group yet. So you have to create the content in step number 7 before you actually launch your group. And remember, the beautiful thing about digital products is once you make them, it's done. You may have to add content later on, which is a great strategy. It's called drip content, which means maybe you're offering like a meal plan and you upload them weekly, or maybe you have a course that you add a new video to every week or every month. That's called drip content. Number 8, and the last step, you are going to launch your digital product. Now, I kind of talked about it a lot, and I actually did talk about it a lot in the marketing stage, but in this step, you're going to leverage the email list that you built, and you're going to leverage social media selling. And after you launch, you're going to do awesome things like giveaways in the group if you want, or you're going to do challenges if you want, and you're really going to build that hype. You're going to post testimonials that your customers send you about how great their experience was in the group or the results they saw. If you have fans, because you're an artist, you're going to share screenshots of them being super excited in the group. All of this is going to build social proof, which is going to make you get more customers, because remember, all right, so my camera died, so I apologize for the setting shift. But what I was saying was you don't just want to have a successful launch. You have to remember that you want to get people in your group all the time. Yes, while you want your launch to go great, it's important that people continuously join. And that's where you're going to implement a strategy like posting every day for a week and then posting 2 to 3 times a week on your story. When you post those 2 to 3 times, maybe you do something like testimonials and showing that customers love it. Or if you have like a healthy recipe guide, maybe you post one of the dinners from the guide. If you have a workout program, maybe you post like a free workout that's in the group. And then when you kind of want to push it harder, maybe you do something like, hey guys, I'm doing this awesome giveaway. You have to either be a member in the group or you have to join in the next week. The giveaway ends whenever, and that kind of gives you an excuse to promote it for a week. Now remember, promoting schedule is totally up to you. You never want to overdo it, and it's definitely individualized per creator. Like if you're someone who doesn't use their stories so much, you probably don't want to just get on there and all of a sudden like promote. We can personalize those suggestions for you, as I mentioned, based on your following, based on how big we can grow your email list and all that stuff. So if you want that help, again, just book a call, link in bio. We give you all that help for free as part of our complimentary process, but that is basically launching your group in a nutshell. So obviously that's the fun part. That's when you start to see the cash run in. You start to see that your digital business just added to your income stream, and it's a good day. It also is something that should grow month over month. And what I always tell people is you need to treat this like a real business. Sometimes a big mistake people make when they launch a digital product is they'll launch it and forget about it, when they are missing out on a gold mine if they continue to promote it and interact with it. So just because it's not a physical product that you're selling to people and they get it and they can touch it, it's still something that if you treat like a brand and a business, you can grow it to incredible amounts of revenue and you keep most of that margin. So it's very fruitful, and it's something that I really want to encourage a lot of creators, artists, and online coaches to do, because it's really a way where you can monetize your passion and make independent revenue from a following, from a cult that you've built for yourself. So I will end this video on that. A membership space or any type of digital product is an online business model that anyone with a following should absolutely look at launching. Remember, if you have a following, you should absolutely 1,000,000% before you do any type of membership space or digital product, build an email list. That is step one. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I actually have a video on how you can build an email list and why you need to build an email list coming soon. And if you want to get in touch about groups, click that calendar link below and we will get you on a call. I look forward to that, and I look forward to having you as a new subscriber of my channel. And I'll be dropping content like this weekly, 2 videos a week, so that I can help more of you turn your passions into profits. I will catch you guys in the next video.